It is truly crazy to say this. Jamarr Chase is 4 receptions away from having the most receptions in Cincinnati Bengals history. So he's currently at 108, and DJ has already talked about this and talked about the perspective that he's going to get beat by Jamarr Chase. And listen, it is what it is, you know. It's insane the year that Jamarr is having. Again, 108 yards. 108 receptions on 146 targets, a 74% catch ratio, 1,510 yards with 16 touchdowns, which again is insane. But this weekend, Saturday, Chase will, if he has 4 receptions, which he 100% should, he will beat TJ Houshmandzadeh. And he also has this year the most receiving yards that he actually beat himself at in Cincinnati Bengals history. He is 2 touchdowns away from having this the single most touchdowns in a season in Cincinnati Bengals history. These are all season stats. So he's going to break. So I love how Andy Dalton is number 1 in catch. But he's going to break every season record. And we have 2 games left. And all he has to do, again, is catch 4 passes, 2 touchdowns in the last 2 games. And he already has the most yards. Chase, you are an absolute animal, to say the least, my man. And I can't express how proud we are to have you. I really can't. The only other guy on this list, obviously Chase is on this list like 30 times, but the only other guy on this list that is not Jamarr Chase, who currently is on the roster, is going to be T. Higgins, who I'm just going to go ahead and highlight T here. Let me go ahead and highlight him so we can see. He is on the roster in 2021 when he had a 74 reception year, 1,091 yards and 6 touchdowns. He's also on this for hitting 74 receptions, 1,029 yards and 7 touchdowns. He's also on here again for 908 yards and 6 touchdowns on 67 receptions. 6 touchdowns, 908 yards, and 67 receptions in 2020. 2024 T is number 76 on this list. He only has 727 yards and 7 touchdowns on 58 receptions, obviously dealing with injuries. And then 2023 T just simply was not there. You know, he got hurt a lot, missed games due to injuries, missed 4 games, and it is what it is. This year, he's missed 3 games so far. Right now, he is currently on the injury report. We'll see if he does play this weekend. But, again, just Jamarr Chase this weekend could absolutely break franchise records, which is insanely crazy. Now, for career, Chase is very early in his career. So, if we go to career leaders here, for example, for wide receivers, he's very early in his career, yet he is inside the top 10 for yards. Even though he's so early in his career, he's already top 10 receiver for us in yards. He is 5th in touchdowns, which, in all honesty, he will 100% beat. You know, next year, he's going to, honestly, probably go down to number 3. He'll probably be number 3 by next year. Receptions, he is number 9. And then again, yards, he's number 10. So, absolutely insanity. I don't know where T is. T is number 13 in yards currently. T. Higgins is also number 13, ironically enough. He's 13 in yards and 13 in touchdowns. For receptions, T is also number 13. Wait, he's 13 in yards, receptions, and touchdowns. He's 13 in all 3 categories. That is actually really weird. Like, Chase goes up and down inside the top 10. T is just 13 across the board. Like, it is just, that is his number. He is 13, 13, 13. Okay. Interesting. Sack leader for us. Trey is number 6 currently with 53.5 sacks. Obviously, Eddie Edwards is number 1. Carlos Dunlap, number 2. Geno's number 3. Reggie Williams, number 4. And Ross Brown is number 5. But, again, currently, Trey's going to have another fantastic season next year as well. But he's been killing it. This year, so far, 13.5 sacks. Has 2 games left. We'll see how he does his last 2 games and what he can do here. Now, sadly, there's not too many other players on the roster who are going to break franchise records outside of, the GOAT. I said Tom Brady. I was looking at last video, we're doing graphics. Joe Burrow. Number 5 all time for passing yards. This is career, keep in mind. For touchdowns, he is currently number 5 as well. Ironically enough, for interceptions, he's number 7. But if we go back to single season, let me go to the bottom here. Where are we at? Right here. So for season records, Joe this year is currently at number 4. But if he gets a 500 yards in the next 2 games, he will beat himself out from 2021, and he will have the most yards of a single season quarterback in Bengals history. For touchdowns, he currently has the most touchdowns of any quarterback in Bengals history right now. And Boomer Esiason has the most interception in a single season of any quarterback in Bengals history. Completion percentage, Mohamed Sanu is going to lead that. Outside of, actual quarterbacks here, not backup, like wide receivers playing out of position, Joe Burrow is going to have the best completion percentage in 2021 of any quarterback. His 2024 self is going to be a 68.9, though, so very close. Again, across the board, very exciting. I can't wait for this weekend. I can't wait to see, Chase break these records, man, and make history. He's making Bengals history every single game at this point. And obviously, at the end of the day, let's continue our run. Season's not over yet. It's who day till we die. Let's get it, boys. I'll be live this weekend, this Saturday for the game. Excited to see how it turns out. Peace out.